Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Information about recent and important events. They awaited news of the outcome. The quality of being sufficiently interesting to be reported in news bulletins. The judge conceded the newsworthiness of the trial. A program devoted to current events, often using interviews and commentary. We watch the 7 o'clock news every night. Informal information of any kind that is not previously known to someone. It was news to me. Information reported in a newspaper or news magazine. The news of my death was greatly exaggerated. Secret information about an enemy, or potential enemy. We sent out planes to gather intelligence on their radar coverage. Information about recent and important events. The operation of gathering information about an enemy. A unit responsible for gathering and interpreting information about an enemy. The ability to comprehend, to understand and profit from experience. Information about recent and important events. The divine Word of God, the second person in the Trinity, incarnate in Jesus. Information about recent and important events. An exchange of views on some topic. We had a word or two about it. A secret word or phrase known only to a restricted group. He forgot the password. The sacred writings of the Christian religions. A promise. He gave his word. Put into words or an expression. A brief statement. He didn't say a word about it. A string of bits stored in computer memory. Large computers use words up to 64 bits long. A unit of language that native speakers can identify. Words are the blocks from which sentences are made. A verbal command for action. When I give the word, charge. The quality of being sufficiently interesting to be reported in news bulletins. The judge conceded the newsworthiness of the trial. A program devoted to current events, often using interviews and commentary. A program devoted to current events, often using interviews and commentary. A message received and understood. Communication theory, a numerical measure of the uncertainty of an outcome. The signal contained thousands of bits of information. A collection of facts from which conclusions may be drawn. Formal accusation of a crime. Knowledge acquired through study or experience or instruction. A message received and understood. The power of attracting or holding one's attention, because it is unusual or exciting, etc. Be on the mind of. A reason for wanting something done. In the interest of safety. Be of importance or consequence. A diversion that occupies one's time and thoughts, usually pleasantly. He counts reading among his interests. The power of attracting or holding one's attention, because it is unusual or exciting, etc. They said nothing of great interest. A sense of concern with and curiosity about someone or something. An interest in music. Law. A right or legal share of something, a financial involvement with something. They have interests all over the world. Usually plural, a social group whose members control some field of activity and who have common aims. The iron interests stepped up production. A fixed charge for borrowing money, usually a percentage of the amount borrowed. How much interest do you pay on your mortgage? Excite the curiosity of. Engage the interest of. An integrated course of academic studies. Arrange a program of or for. A system of projects or services intended to meet a public need. An announcement of the events that will occur as part of a theatrical or sporting event. Write a computer program. A radio or television show. Computer science. A sequence of instructions that a computer can interpret and execute. A series of steps to be carried out or goals to be accomplished. A performance, or series of performances, at a public presentation. Cause to become widely known. Broadcast the news. A radio or television show. Broadcast over the airwaves, as in radio or television. Message that is transmitted by radio or television. Sow over a wide area, especially by hand. Broadcast seeds. An integrated course of academic studies. He was admitted to a new program at the university. Arrange a program of or for. Program the 80th birthday party. A system of projects or services intended to meet a public need. He proposed an elaborate program of public works. An announcement of the events that will occur as part of a theatrical or sporting event. You can't tell the players without a program. Write a computer program. A document stating the aims and principles of a political party. They won the election even though they offered no positive program. A radio or television show. Did you see his program last night? Computer science. A sequence of instructions that a computer can interpret and execute. The program required several hundred lines of code. A series of steps to be carried out or goals to be accomplished. A performance, or series of performances, at a public presentation. The program lasted more than 2 hours. In the current fashion or style. Up to the immediate present. Most recent or most up-to-date. The very latest scientific discoveries. The most recent news or development. Have you heard the latest? Something that recommends, or expresses commendation of, a person or thing as worthy or desirable. Good news. A television broadcast of news. An itemized statement of money owed for goods shipped or services rendered. Send me an account of what I owe. A record or narrative description of past events. He gave an inaccurate account of the plot to kill the president. Grounds. Don't do it on my account. To give an account or representation of in words. A statement of recent transactions and the resulting balance. They send me an accounting every month. The act of informing by verbal report. By all accounts they were a happy couple. Keep an account of. A formal contractual relationship established to provide for regular banking or brokerage or business services. He asked to see the executive who handled his account. A statement that makes something comprehensible by describing the relevant structure or operation or circumstances, etc. I expected a brief account. A short account of the news. The account of his speech that was given on the evening news made the governor furious. Furnish a justifying analysis or explanation. I can't account for the missing money. Be the sole or primary factor in the existence, acquisition, supply, or disposal of something. Passing grades account for half of the grades given in this exam. Importance or value. A person of considerable account. The quality of taking advantage. She turned her writing skills to good account. News about businesses and investments. The news is presented by reporters for newspapers or radio or television. They accused the paper of biased coverage of race relations. The total amount and type of insurance carried. The extent to which something is covered. The dictionary's coverage of Standard English is excellent. News that deals with serious topics or events. A short account of the news. A broadcast of news or commentary on the news. A record or narrative description of past events. A history of France. A trivial lie. A short account of the news. The story was on the 11 o'clock news. A structure consisting of a room or set of rooms at a single position along a vertical scale. A message that tells the particulars of an act or occurrence or course of events, presented in writing or drama or cinema or as a radio or television program. A piece of fiction that narrates a chain of related events. Put into writing. Write in complete form. A short account of the news. Bring to public notice by writing, with praise or condemnation. An essay, especially one written as an assignment. To give an account or representation of in words. The act of informing by verbal report. He heard reports that they were causing trouble. A written evaluation of a student's scholarship and deportment. His father signed his report card. Be responsible for reporting the details of, as in journalism. Snow reported on China in the 1950s. A short account of the news. The report of his speech. A written document describing the findings of some individual or group. The general estimation that the public has for a person. He was a person of bad report. Announce as the result of an investigation or experience or finding. Dozens of incidents of wife beatings are reported daily in this city. Announce one's presence. I report to work every day at 9 o'clock. A sharp explosive sound, especially the sound of a gun firing. They heard a violent report followed by silence. Complain about. Make a charge against. I reported her to the supervisor. Make known to the authorities. One student reported the other to the principal. The news is presented by reporters for newspapers or radio or television. The news is presented by reporters for newspapers or radio or television. News that does not deal with serious topics or events. Late news that is inserted into the newspaper at the last minute.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.